not bother to go public, they did not bother to take any corrective action immediately because they woke up after 4 years. And then they started a small camp near the site of the accident. They started taking some action, but the media ignored it. And on business contingency plan, they failed very badly. They lost their business. Gentlemen, above and all, we do disaster management, we do risk analysis, we do hazard identification, prioritization, etc. But above all that, it is the reliability analysis. That's very, very important. And what is reliability analysis of a mine or a plant? It essentially determines the reliability of the safety system of a mine or plant. You may do the disaster management, you may do so many things, and then you come up with a DMP, but how reliable it is, that analysis also has to be done. And to carry out that analysis, you have to take, there is a term called MTBF, that is mean time between failures. You check that what was the mean time between a particular type of failures prior to your DMP and what it is after implementation of the DMP. Whether the mean time between those failures is still same or is increased or is gone down. That is one of the factors which is very important, and this determines that this gives you a feedback about the reliability of the disaster management system of the plant that you have. This is what the same thing what I told you, TBA and MTBF analysis. And based on that, in fact, you can do the reliability predictions also. You can predict how reliable this plant is going to be to carry out the entire exercise for all the divisions. And finally, I must say that once you develop, you must document it very well. You must have periodical reviews. You must carry out mock ASs. Periodical reviews for continual improvement is very, very essential, and so also is the regular mock ASs. They are a very, very important part of any DMP. Now, disasters can be of two types, man-made and natural. I'll just give you a few case studies. I think how much time is we have, organizers? I have about 8 or 10, but I think you can choose which one you would like to go through. I have a very interesting case on open gas fire which happened in Australia some time back. The second one. Okay. So if anybody is interested in this case, I have. Otherwise, one thing which I was telling you some time back, that family emergency preparedness, which is very, very important for every individual, for every family. I'll just touch upon this and then I'll conclude. What is family emergency preparedness? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 means evacuation. A disaster strikes, all of a sudden you are caught totally unaware and somebody comes and tells you have only 5 minutes time, you have to evacuate your house. What will you do? I've asked this question to many people many times. Somebody says I'll pick up some dry fruits and go. Somebody says I'll take my children and go. Somebody says I'll pick up my vehicle, my clothes and go. If you are picking your children, you are leaving your wife and other parents out. If you are just picking dry fruits or some fast food, you are leaving the water behind. If you are picking water and dry fruits, children also, the parents are left behind. What happens in case of a disaster? Mind stops working. Unless you are prepared. And that's where I have prepared this particular module. For the families, it is, you need not be an industrialist, you need not be an engineer, you need not be a technician. It is applicable to every individual in the house. But disaster can befall anywhere. Terrorists can strike anywhere. Earthquake can come anywhere. Floods can come anywhere. Air strike can take place anywhere. This will be universally helpful, and I will request all of you please take note of it. And if you have any queries afterwards, I'll give my email ID. You can contact me later on. This is a very, very important and very useful exercise for every individual on family preparedness. As I told you, 25 we count, in 5 minutes you are asked to evacuate. And I'm sure nobody here will be having the ready reply, ready answer. What all you should take with you if you are given only 5 minutes. Earthquake took place in Lahore, earthquake took place in Ahmedabad a couple of years back. People did not know what to do. At that time, either one thought comes to you, let me run for my life. I think that's the first thing which comes to mind. You just run for your life. You don't bother for your children, you don't bother family. Some people do bother, okay, their life also is important to take that. But in totality, you cannot really imagine everything and it's not also possible of actually able to do it in 5 minutes. Family emergency preparedness, what it is. A natural disaster can take place at any time, anywhere. Being prepared for natural disaster could increase the probability of survival by almost 85 to 90%, if not more. Once a disaster strikes, time to prepare is gone. You have no time to prepare. You only have time to pick up certain items, important items, rush out. There is no time to prepare anything. So prepare yourself and family well in advance to deal with any disasters. And to do that, what steps should you take when a disaster strikes? Find out the location of the utility shutoff. When you are preparing yourself well in advance in your house, when you are doing your DNP at home, in other words, you find out all the location of the utility shutoff for water, power and gas. In case of disaster, in case of lightning, in case of floods, in case of fire, in case of earthquake, what should you do immediately? Power should be put on, should have the emergency lights on. If the gas connections are on, they should be put on. Nowadays they have heater gas everywhere. You should know very exactly which point to strike, where to go, where the ball, where to close it. And water. If the water is flowing, you have to close. Or you have to close the main supply wall, otherwise the house gets flooded. The place emergency light at strategic location, then you have to think well in advance. Place a ring or two near the gas meter, as I told already. Evaluate each room in your house. That's very, very important exercise or the disaster management for you to do in your house. Evaluate each and every room in the house. And what did you evaluate? Which is the strongest room and which is the I think the most vulnerable room. Rooms which are strong, generally they will be under the beams. Rooms which are most vulnerable, they will be near the windows. You can be easily attacked, you can be easily assaulted, you can be easily affected if they arrive. Now disaster may strike, maybe earthquake, fire, terrorist strike, I will discuss that. Then you have only 5 minutes left and you have no time to think because the mind fails. What you need, what you really need, not only your aged parents, not only your wife and children, not only the dry food, not only the water, but also some cash. Identity picture of all the family members. Credit card, closed for a few days. If you are running out, that will be on their person because they will be wandering in the door. Then these are 7 simple steps mainly meant for the hospital. So I will not touch upon this. Prepare yourself today for a safer tomorrow. Wish you all the best and thank you very much for your patience listening, ladies and gentlemen. This whole concept was given by Laura and Janet Greenwald of California, who had got into a situation like this, and therefore they started coming out on all these documents, and they have put it on net, so it's available online. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
They form the basis of life. In fact, life is all about these elements, about exploring, tapping, and harnessing the energy that's preserved in these gifts of Mother Nature. These minerals, these treasures, make our life meaningful. They help us create, build, produce. They enable us to grow, they enrich, they empower, they energize life. And they imbibe in us the values of coexistence, integrate.